What up, guys? Real Gunslingers, and we got another breakdown, so let's get started. And the first thing I want to point out is right after he throws that 1-1-2, he steps back instead of stepping to an angle. It's very important you take the angle rather than step back because now you're forced to reset, and you could have been in range attacking with a combo. And when you guys are moving your head, you never want to move it and then put it back in the same spot that it just was at, because you will get hit putting it back on the center line. And right here we have a perfect example. I move my head to the left, I move it back to the center, and I get caught with that little jab. It probably would have been okay to roll the punch, but since I moved back in the center line, I got caught with the jab right there. And this is actually a good example of what I should have done. I followed my head and moved to the angle, and I kept my head off the center line. And here I'll show you again. I move once, I move twice, and then I get off that line and I follow my head. You always want to mix up and attack the body, so fake high, go low. I could have followed up there. And right here, I try to set up this body shot, and you can see where his eyes go right here. And when your eyes look away like this, you can't see. And since he can't see, he has no other option but to just go this way because he has nowhere else to go. And right here, this is why we do line drills, guys. So right here, he's going to throw that punch, and he immediately overextends. And he's leaving the punch out there like he's posing like a statue, but also leaving his chin out. As soon as that back foot lifts, you can also tell that somebody's overextending. So again, this is something a lot of beginners do, but the eyes need to stay on the opponent at all times. The very first rule of any combat sport is protect yourself at all times. So with that, you need to keep your eyes on your target. The best way I could put it is that you want to teach yourself to react with punches and not to the punches, like my coach would say. Now, guys, it's one thing to move out of the way of punches, but you must throw punches when you're moving your head out of the way. So let's say you move out of the way of the punch. You got to see the opening. He's leaving an opening right there for the jab, and then an opening right there. I move my head again, see another opening, boom. I know his head is going to be there, so you have to throw those punches when you move sometimes too. Especially if you've already got his timing down and you know where his head's going to be. So same thing right here. I'm going to pull and then counter off the pull when I see the opening. At the beginning, I was doing a lot of head movement, a lot of pulling, a lot of this and that, but I wasn't countering. But now that I've got the timing down, I'm going to start to counter off those head movements. And another thing is when you get the timing down, start to add more volume to your counterattacks. And personally, I try to always stay in front of him. Now, in boxing, fundamentally, if you're moving left, your left foot should move first. If you're moving right, your right foot should move first. So I want you to pay attention to the way I'm moving versus the way he's moving, and pay attention to who has the ring control. And right here, he crosses his feet again, his right over his left. And then right here, he's going to do the same thing. Right foot crosses over the left. This puts him in a place where he's doing a lot of movement and I'm barely doing any movement, and he's tiring himself out while I maintain the ring control. Now, this is the problem, guys. He crosses his feet here and loads up this punch, and he's throwing this punch from an off-balance position because he just crossed his feet. And now his feet are also lined up while he's trying to throw this off-balanced, wide looping punch, which gives me the opening for a straight two right down the pipe. And mind you guys, I did not barely put any power into that punch, and it still knocked him back. That's the power of hitting somebody when they're off-balance. Now, once you've got somebody reacting to your headshots, you can go for the bodies. And this is the perfect time to do it. Now, right here after Rock throws this too, he actually realizes that I'm about to punch him and decides to try to move back instead of roll under the punch. And personally, I say a roll under would have worked because it's a little quicker than trying to move back. Always remember that most of the time, people can move a lot faster going forward than you can going backwards. You should always be trying to counter your opponent's movement and footwork. Always remember, it's good to experiment with different things in your sparring. And this is the end of the round here. I think we got like 5 seconds left. I throw a fake knee and I get him with the shot. So I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. And if you like content like this and you want to see more of it, then like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.